Hi guys, Garage RC here, back with another video. So today's video is something completely different. Don't worry you guys out there, I'm not going to stop covering mini RC and mini rear-wheel drive drift cars. This is just a slightly different video that I wanted to make, just because I really wanted to get hold of one of these. And this is a Micro RS4 drift by HPI Racing. It's a ready-to-run set. This one's particularly close to my heart because I have had, I think, a Micro RS4 sat on my shelf for the past, I think, 15 years, something like that. So I've had them quite a while, and this is an updated version. So the idea is I'm going to unbox this, we're going to run it, do a review on it, and then we can compare it to my older ones. Hope you guys like the video. If you like what we do here, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Right guys, so we'll do an unboxing on this. Let's see what this is about. Let's see, how do we open this now? So this kit includes everything you need. Transmitter, charger, AA batteries for the transmitter, different body mounts, spare diff, spare servo horns, okay, charging cable, instruction manual, some decals, and of course the car, which comes ready built and ready to run. So I'm going to move all the boxes out of the way. Let's see what we got here. So what we have here is a belt driven all-wheel drive car, and the scale of these cars, I always get this wrong, is I can't read it, 1/18 scale. So these are bigger than your 1/24 scale, which I've got one on the shelf here to compare against, if I can grab one. So here's a 1/24 scale Skyline that we did my video with the DWX3 recently, rear-wheel drive drift car. You can see it's quite a size bigger if we compare it to a Mini Z. I've got one here, Mercedes AMG 98mm, so it's quite big. Alright, let's get this unwrapped. Wow, this thing is gorgeous. I've been looking forward to this. So it's a Lexan shell, pre-painted, with R-clips to hold the shell on. Comes ready fitted with drift tyres. Let's get rid of the plastic holding it together. Batteries already installed there. So all-wheel drive, nicely decaled. I mean, that does look good. Let's bring the camera a bit closer, shall we? That is a beautiful shell. Okay, I mean, I've got a soft spot for Skylines anyway, but one with fancy decals and paint job is going to catch my attention. Okay, let's get the body off. Let's see what's underneath. So some of you may have not come across this car before, but it's been around a long time. It's one of the original sort of mini RC drift cars you could get, you could use indoors. Right, so you can see the spoiler is held on with clips, R-clips again. Let's put the body to one side. So this car's ready to run, belt driven, very simple setup. It's got a kind of fixed back end like a Mini Z almost, the MR03s. So the suspension's not amazing. It's got a single uni-shock there. Front has double wishbone suspension, which could be a little bit smoother, but we'll play around with that. You can see the shocks there. The wheels, these wheels, you can adjust the offset by taking them off and putting them on in a different way. I'll do that later. I'll take one off and show you. But there's different slots on the wheel to engage the wheel, so you can change the offsets, which is pretty convenient. It does make life easy if you want to switch the body. Separate receiver and speed controller. It's a brushed setup. Everything is kind of bolted down, and what you'll notice is it's got a standard size servo, which is quite meaty and quite heavy, so it gives the car a lot of weight at the front. The diffs on this are fixed, front and rear, locked diffs. The original cars actually had open diffs, and the fixed diff was an option, so that's pretty cool that it comes with a fixed diff straight away. That means it should be a beast. And the battery pack is a 6-volt nickel metal hydride, and I've got a few of these already from my other cars. So I've got 3 of these, I think 2 or 3. Oh, hang on. Now look at that. That's not very good out of the box. The servo's moving. Now these things are supposed to be stuck down, unless I'm missing a trick. I will check the instructions in case it actually hasn't been stuck down and you have to stick it down yourself. But ready to run means ready to run. This one's not ready to run. Okay guys, so bear with me. I'm going to have a quick look through the instructions and come back to you. You may notice I've already got dirt on the tyres. I couldn't help myself. I took it for a quick spin. The servo, so this is a criticism out of the box. I never liked this about the original design. The servo is just held down with tape. So what I've done here is I've just used a bit of hot glue to hold it in position. On my older cars I actually used this type of red insulation tape. Once the servo was in position with the top deck off, wrapped it around the chassis, and I never had a problem after that. But the hot glue, we'll see how well that holds. It was just a quick fix, and usually it's pretty good. But this is a heavy servo. I mean, it's quite a full-size servo there. It's also waterproof. I think it says HPI S20WR, so I'll look up what that is and put it up on the screen later. The electric's all very tidy, as you'd expect in a ready-to-run car. It's belt drive, 6-volt battery pack, fixed rear diff, fixed front diff. In the spare parts bag there are other parts to make one of the diffs open, so I think you can open the rear diff or the front diff using these parts, I'm assuming. Actually, you know what, from memory I don't think you can open that front diff with those parts. I'll have a closer look later guys, but there's a lot of parts in there and I will check that out. As this is a ready to run out the box review, that's what we're going to do today. So you can adjust the endpoints of the servo by steering to the left and then turning down the screw to adjust the endpoint, and you can do that for the right as well. And that's a pretty cool thing. That means you get a good setup for the car from the start. Same for the throttle. Also there's a channel 3 button here, which I assume it's an on-off switch. It must be if you want to set up a light system for your car. There are other plugs available on the receiver, so I'll have a look and see what that's about, maybe in another video. The transmitter feels pretty nice in the hand. It's got a nice grip and it's not too heavy. So despite being, you know, all plastic, it's not a bad transmitter. Okay, let's turn the car on, shall we? So I'm going to turn the transmitter on. Light is on. Turn the car on. Lovely. Okay, so let's just prop that up so we can have a little play with this. So let's try the steering first. That doesn't seem to be turning to the right very much there, so let's see if we can't change that. So I'll do a quick demo of the endpoints. That seems limited to the right, so let's turn that up, shall we? So that's the throttle, that's why. That wasn't clever. Okay guys, may have to reset the throttle now after that. There we go. Can you see I'm increasing the endpoint there? There we go. Let's see what we got there. I think that's touching the bumper now, so I'm going to have to turn that back. Right, let me see if I can get that over the actual car so you can see what I've done. Right, so you can see that was me adjusting the endpoints. Let's try the throttle. Okay, let's go out the test run. Okay, let's get the body on and off we go. So this is a quick test run with the car, compilation of some of the fun I had with it on the day. Remember, we've got no gyro. This is all-wheel drive, front and rear locked diffs. And the beauty of this thing is you can drift it on garage floor, on the paving outside. As you can see, I'm drifting it on the driveway, and it's pretty robust. I mean, it did take quite a bit of a bashing as I was taking it around. I bashed it into the chair a few times, but yes, it's not the finesse of a Mini Z all-wheel drive, but it is bigger and it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and if you've got a couple of these, you can have great races just running them around in your driveway. So yeah, I mean, I think in terms of the handling, I've got one that I've made brushless, which is more powerful, and I've rejigged the battery setup to more weight to the rear, so that's something I'll feature in a future video. But as it is out of the box, this is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. If you've got two of these, you're not going to get bored. Okay guys, that's all for this time. This was just a quick review out of the box. I'll do another video following up on that with modifications. Next time we're back to Mini RC, and I'll see you guys all next time in the next video.